Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So tonight, uh, working on be, do, have. Be, do, have. You might have heard this in a business context. I've talked about this before, but a long, 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 long time ago. A long, long time ago. Be, do, have. And the common mistake that people make is we have this flipped upside down, the wrong way around, okay? And we have it as have, be, do. Let me explain. Okay, so we kind of set our goals and we say, when I have this thing that I want, that's what I'll do to get there is blah. Okay, let's say when I want to lose weight, I want to lose weight. When I lose weight, this is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to calorie control things. I'm going to exercise more. And then once I've lost the weight and hit the target weight, that's when I'm going to be happy. That's when I'm going to be happy. That's how we generally do things. We have a goal, set our actions, and then hopefully we achieve the goal and say, this is the emotional state that I'm going to be at the end. Cool. And that's how we do things. Um, and that's quite widely seen as like not the greatest way of doing it. So this I've seen this in um, like by business coaches and in the more spiritual realms. So both groups of people are using this. Um, so what we want to do is be first. Okay, so if let's say it is losing weight and be a target weight, and you go, okay, well, how I'm going to feel when I get there. Okay, so I'm going to feel happy. I want to be happy. I am happy. And then from that state of happiness, we go and take an action. Now, it might be the same action as that you were going to take, but we do it from a state of happiness. And then at the end of it, you have the goal, okay? The desired thing, okay? The new weight, the target time, the PB, the whatever. Okay. So to get there, I'm going to give you a little bit more on this as I've actually, even though I've put start here on my notes, I've actually started at the wrong place. And this will make more sense in a moment once I get the whiteboard up, which seems to have disappeared. There it is. This one. Cool. So we're going to go right back to the beginning. Okay. We're going to go from the left to the right of this diagram here. So if we think about what we try and do generally is we try and change our actions without changing any of this bit first. Hopefully you can see the mouse pointer. Yeah, fine. We usually just dive in and go, right, I'm going to change my actions. Okay, I'm just going to go in and change my actions. And what we do, if we're not coming in and changing our thoughts first, our being first, we're going to get the wrong intuition. We're going to get the wrong kind of ideas about what to do. Then we're going to take those wrong ideas and do the wrong things. And that's going to then show up in our life. And we're going to be doing the wrong stuff in our life. And the results are not going to be happy. You still might get there, but it's going to be hard. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be difficult to get there along the way. So I've put in a little example. If I really, really want something, if I'm desperate to want something, I'm in a state of, okay, gosh, that thing, I really, really want it and it's far away. That's then going to lead into my intuition. And my intuition's going to say, oh yeah, do this thing. Do do this. Okay. And that this action that my intuition has come up with is going to take me on a long and winding, difficult path to get there because my intention at the beginning with my frequency is incorrect. Sorry, intuition should say intention. My intention, do you know what? It could be both. It doesn't matter which. Intuition. my intention and intuition are mismatched with how I actually want things to go. So all of the actions that I come up with in a state of wanting is going to make things take a very long time. It's going to make things really hard. And I'm going to get an unhappy reality. I'm going to be frustrated. I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be disappointed. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be saying, why doesn't this work? It's worked for everyone else. Da, 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 da. I'm going to have a load of beliefs, a load of problems. This is why programs of some variety work for some people and don't work for others. Because one person goes into it with a frequency of basically, this is going to work, and they do the program and they take the right action and they get a good result at the end of it. And then other people go into it, this has to work. Okay, this must work. Otherwise, I'm a big failure. No, nothing ever works. Or they come into it with things like, yeah, nothing ever works. I really want this to happen. I'm throwing everything I've got at it. And you take the wrong action, or you do the right action, but it just doesn't work out. Okay, for some reason, you can't work it out. I'm doing the same thing as everybody else, and it's not working out. Because at the very beginning, we haven't set ourselves up with the right thought processes, with the right feeling. So, again, this is a common phrase you might hear in spiritual groups and in business. Again, so both are very similar. Business and spiritual stuff. There's a huge amount of crossover. So it's called being in the end. Okay, so we want to be in the end. So the end is the happy result. The end is the happy result. That's who I want to be. I want to be, if I can draw a circle over here in red. There we go. I want to be here in a happy reality, in a world where things have gone my way, in a world where people are attracted to me in like client terms. Happy wife, happy kids, happy money, happy things, right? Okay, where happy body. Okay, so it's the right weight, it's the right shape, it's what I want it to be. It works well. Okay, there's no aches and pains, etc., etc., etc. It's all the things that everyone desires. Okay, if I can get into that state first, if I can get into this end state and then bring that back to here, and I just feel it at the beginning. In fact, I'll bring it up to here as well. Okay, if I can put that in at the beginning, if I can calm myself down, push all the stresses and all the strains away, take some time. This is what meditation is for. It's about calming everything down and pushing all of the other stuff aside and just going, right, okay, how do I want to feel? In my desired reality, in my future self, what does my future self, my ideal future self, feel like? And once we get there, that's when your intuition can kick in and it will give you the right gut feeling. It will give you the right push to then go on and take the right action, to then go on and live a happier life. So here's a little instruction on what we're doing. Okay. So put yourself at the end. I have thing I want. Okay, whatever that is for you. I already have it. The other thing, this is again, this is why we use I am statements. So it's I am. Okay, I have or I am. In this case, pretty much the same thing. I have or I am. I have or I am. So if I have the things I want, how does that make me feel? For me personally, that's kind of calm, relaxed, to an extent relieved because oh, that's all in the past now. Okay, all those difficult things, they're gone. Okay, and I'm just living a great life. Okay, yeah, there's some things that crop up, but I now know what to do to get myself back into the right state. So meditation is about just going, okay, and certainly in this way, certainly in the sense of manifesting the things that you want in terms of changing your health, in terms of changing things in your life that you would prefer not to have. It's about coming into a calm state, changing our brain waves so that they're nice and slow and receptive and kind of in this hypnotic kind of pre-sleep slash dream state of slow brain waves. I have my perfect life. I have my perfect life. It's already here. I'm already living in my dream house. I'm already living, my bank account already says X amount of numbers. My partner is, this is how things are with my partner. This is how things are with my kids. This is this is what I do with my time, etc., etc. Okay, I already have all of the things that I could possibly want. Okay, and it's okay to have some blank spaces in there. You don't necessarily need to know exactly what it is you want because the things that we're putting in, the things that sat here right now, the things that I say that I want, they're kind of ego based. It's like, oh yeah, the money, the house, the right location, the car. Okay, they tend to be ego based things, but if you get to a state of kind of comfort and go, right, yeah, okay, well, I got the money, I got the health, I got the whatever it was I was trying to get, but then I still wasn't quite happy. So it's like, okay, well, maybe those things weren't quite right. That's okay. I don't truly know what I want, but I also know that I can solve all of my problems. Okay, I can solve all of my problems, etc., etc. And the other thing that we can throw at this and we can add to this is having a as a mini conversation. Okay, it's a mini conversation. We talked about this again many times. What would you say now that your problem is solved to somebody else? What would be that short conversation? So that would be probably with a loved one, a mum, a dad, a partner, a friend, me, whoever it could be. Okay, a child, whoever. Um, what would be that conversation? What would you say to other people, and what would they be saying to you? So I know a couple of the issues to some degree in this group. Okay, so maybe it's about running someone saying to you, "Oh wow, you run so well now. What's changed? What's your secret to looking so young? You look like you're 30 and not 45." Okay, how on earth did you get that job? How on earth did you make that money? How on earth did these great things happen for you? Okay, what kind of conversation, very short, couple of sentences, okay, and you repeat it over and over. And again, that's going to put you in the state for changing your level of consciousness, changing your frequency, changing your vibration at the very start of this phase. So it's meditation, maybe a short visualization of the conversation that then is going to, at some point, maybe not straight away, but possibly quite soon, particularly if you do it regularly, a number of times throughout the day, changing your intuition, which is going to change the types of actions that you take. Okay. It will say left instead of right. It will be straight on instead of backwards. Okay. So I was going to do another little diagram in here. So just pause. Okay. So small little diagram here. So you are here, wherever here is for you. You are here. Okay. And we have our, let's just, again, let's write on there. Can I use my finger? These are our ego goals. These are our current goals. Okay. They're the running, they're the losing weight, they're the certain amount of money, they're the better job, they're the better relationship, they're the whatever it is that you've got in your mind, usually. But we also have an ideal reality, one that we don't necessarily have the answers to, one where we don't necessarily know. You might kind of have your ego goals as, oh, it's 5 bedroom house in this certain location, and it's going to be this big, and we're going to have this kind of thing there. We're going to have the sauna and the swimming pool and the big garden and the garden office and the home gym, and 5 bedrooms. And we're going to have parties, and it's going to be great. We're going to have all the friends around. Da 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 da. Okay, ego goals. Okay, then they're not necessarily bad goals, but they're they could be coming from the ego. So they might be a bit of misdirection. Okay, and we have an ideal reality, and an ideal reality might be a three-bedroom house with a nice garden and a nice driveway and all, a few nice things, but it might not be as big as what your ego goals are. Equally, your ideal reality may be way bigger, okay, way more than what your ego goals are. Okay, we don't actually know. So it's a case of being open to, do you know what? Yeah, it's fine to go for the car, the house, the certain weight and the certain look and the certain, all of these things. They're absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with going for any of them. Okay. But we also want to know and have some certainty that what I'm actually going for is my ideal reality. One that is supposed to be kind of guiding me, the one that I'm supposed to go to. Okay, the one where my life is going to be absolutely effortless. Everything is going to come to me easily. Okay, and that's my ideal reality. And they may not be that dissimilar. You might be right with your ego goals, with the car and the house and the whatever else it is that you might be going for. Okay, that's neither's it's not bad. Okay, you might as well be comfortable. You might as well have the money and the right place and the nice place to live and the car and the holidays and all those things. Okay, because again, most people want those things. Um, it's very rare that people don't actually want those things. Um, so why not go for them? So what do people say to you? What do you say to other people? What do you say to yourself? Okay, I have that thing already. Okay, and just put yourself there. Put yourself into your ego goal. It doesn't matter because it's what it's going to do. Can't click and drag. What it's going to do is it's going to put you into the right frame of mind, the right vibration, the right frequency, which is then going to lead you to taking the right things. And at some point down the line, hopefully not very long, you're going to go, right, yeah, okay, maybe my what I thought was my goal is not my thing. And you branch off at some other point and go, oh no, it was life has actually led me down this path, okay, down a slightly different route to the one I thought I was going to go down, but this one's actually better. So we want to, as many times a day as we possibly can, for as long as we possibly can, but even if it's a couple of minutes, set ourselves down and go, okay, get ourselves calm, get ourselves relaxed. I already have the things that I want. Okay. And you can have a list. Okay. One or two things, three or four things, five or six things. I'd say probably keep it on the smaller end, one or two. Otherwise, things might get confusing. They might clash. They might try and lead you in different directions. So you might go, oh God, there's so many things to do. Okay, so keep it small. Keep it focused on one area of life to begin with, and then maybe in the future you can change it onto other things. But the key really is to go for the things that I want. I need to feel as if I already have them. Feel as if I already have them. Be in the end. Okay, that's a Neville Goddard thing, and I've got some of these things from a guy called Nero, I was called Nero Knowledge. He's on YouTube, so if you want to check him out, he does some great videos on this kind of stuff. So I just got to, especially if I share this out, a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's from Nero," whatever. Okay, so it's from him. Uh, it this little kind of arrow diagram really just added something new to the be do have and something new to the things that I've said to you in the past. It's it's just made it a bit clearer for me, and hopefully because it's clearer for me now, it's a bit clearer for you. So what we'll do now is we will get ourselves nice and relaxed, calm, go into our meditations and pick something. Okay, pick something that you're really going to want. Okay, so first off, we'll just calm down first. Okay, take a few deep breaths. And just relax your shoulders, your head, all the muscles in your face. Relax your chest, your arms, stomach, lower back, thighs, lower legs, feet. And just think about already having all of the things you want. Imagine if every single one of your desires was met, and you have your perfect body and your perfect level of fitness, and you have a fantastic relationship, and you have a promotion or a business, promotion in work, I mean, or a business that's getting clients all the time. Maybe it's a new business, maybe you have a new idea, maybe you're in job and you decide, do you know what? Oh, there was this product that I was going to make, there was this thing I was going to do, and that's now bringing in a much larger amount of money for just as much, if not less time than everything else I was doing before. Or even it's possible you're not doing anything except going out for walks and enjoying retirement. And maybe you're retiring early, but every need that you have for your entire retirement is already met. Whatever it is for you. Okay, maybe there's this one thing that you've got thought, you've had flashes of, little ideas of in the past, and you've thought, oh, that's never going to happen. I'll never be able to do that. Speaking on stage in front of thousands of people, acting in a play, running a marathon. Yeah, imagine that you've already done all of these things. There were no barriers. All the barriers to your success have come down because you were the one that put them all there in the first place. You can take them all down. The barriers to success went up with a thought and they come down with a thought. I already have all of the things that I could ever possibly want. And just sit in that emotion, recognize that emotion. Is it excitement? Is it calm? Is it peaceful? What is it for you? This is your be phase. Really enjoy getting into the be phase. Soak it up. I have everything I could ever possibly want. Could be promotion opportunities. If it's relationships, could be those. Be a level of fitness, body weight. Could be how people look at you and treat you. Okay, come up with a short phrase, a short sentence that signifies this is all complete. And maybe you're talking to a friend or a partner. And this phrase signifies that you've got the thing that you want. Hey, this job came out of nowhere and it's double the money that I'm on right now. I just woke up and the knee pain, the back pain, the depression, it was just all gone. Wherever it is you see something in your life that is dysfunctional, see it solved. Feel it solved. The lack of stress in that environment with those people, lack of stress about going out to the shops and spending on new clothes or jewelry or haircuts or whatever it might be. Again, the lack of fear of going and exercising because you're worried about what your knee or your hip or your back will do. Completely detach from how you're going to do it. It's from the feeling, from the vibration that you create, you will act from a different state of mind. And bizarrely, even if you take the same action as you did before, the result will be different. If you act from a state of relaxation, knowingness that you will achieve your goal and you'll achieve it easily, it will come to you. But if you act from a state of worry, fear, anxiety, anger, it will not come to you at the very least, or at the very best. It's going to be really hard and a long road. Just breathe and relax. Return to your imagination and know that you already have the things that you desire, your perfect life. It's already there. You're not 10 years older. It's now. You're living in it at this moment. This is what it means when someone says, someone like me, says you're already perfect. And then you look at yourself in the mirror and go, I'm not perfect. Or you feel internally what your body is feeling like and say, hey, I'm not perfect. This hurts, that hurts, this isn't going well, that's not going well, my guts are doing this, my skin's doing that, my hair's doing something else. And we look at all of our imperfections. And we disagree with the person who says we're perfect. And you already have perfection. Perfection is in our frequency. And by relaxing and stating, I already have perfection, you then start acting and making decisions from that state of mind. Rather than the state of mind of worry, stress, confusion. And those states of mind will lead to further worry, stress, and confusion. Okay, stay relaxed, stay calm, breathe in a relaxed and comfortable way. There's no need to force anything. What does perfect feel like? What does having everything I have ever desired feel like? I've already got it. I've got the perfect house for me. I've got the perfect level of money. I've got the perfect job or work or way of receiving money. I've got the perfect relationships with partners, with children, with parents, with colleagues, bosses, friends. Have a perfect body. Have a perfect mind. A perfect mind does not stress, does not worry. It does not react, it responds. And the more time and more energy we can put on being in this state, the more automatic it becomes. Focus on being, and then the doing and the having will follow on autopilot. But if we focus on wanting and putting our haves first, when I have this, then I'll be happy. And we put the thing first rather than the emotion first. That's when we'll always be in a state of wanting, a state of struggle, a state of anger and frustration. by being first, by being in the feeling first, you are collapsing the distance between you and the thing, you and the desired reality. So place your concentration, place your conviction on being able to stay in this state, being able to carry it through your day from morning through to evening and into the night. Having all of the things you desire is normal. Being able to lose weight is normal. Your body healing on autopilot and quickly is normal. Staying and feeling young is normal. For anyone trying to put on any muscle, putting on muscle to some degree is normal and easy. We might have those little voices in our head saying, no, it's not. No, it's not. None of those things are easy. None of those things are quick. Right? Let's get back to the state of already having. I already have X amount of money in the bank. I already have really lovely decorated, perfect house for me in a perfect location for me. I already have that. I'm already living in it. I have the keys on my keyring. It's already there. I don't need to work hard for it because it's already there. Okay, and when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. And this is a practice to take through with you. It doesn't have to take this long, okay, but it does require some time. But a short reminder regularly throughout the day just goes to be, oh, everything I want is already here. I already have it. And you just, that could be enough to go, oh, yeah, that's the feeling that I want to live in. It's the calmness, the peace, the enjoyment, the fun, the happiness, whatever it is for you, the feeling of the body, the general kind of feeling inside, how it moves, how it walks, how it runs, how it lifts things, how it moves stuff. Okay, that internal feeling. Okay. Oh yeah, everything in my body is working perfectly. Okay, the hormones are the right level, the hair's thick and strong, the my heart's doing this, and my lungs are doing the right thing, and my heart's doing the right thing, and I'm making the right choices with food and nutrition and all those things. Okay, and they're just happening on autopilot. They're not even a choice anymore. Okay, they're not even effort. It doesn't require willpower anymore. It's it just happens on autopilot. So, oh yeah, instead of going to the cupboard and getting the sweets or the chocolate bar, I'm not even hungry. I've eaten the right thing earlier and my body is fully nourished. So it doesn't feel like it needs a snack or a sweet or uh, a drink of some kind that's, not right. Okay. Um, you will intuitively get the right thing and stop doing the wrong thing. when we can get into that feeling on a regular basis. The difficult bit, it's which is not difficult. We need to get this out of it. I need to get that out of my language. Okay, it's not difficult. Okay, is falling into the old habits of being me. Okay, because being me, you've got a lot of life experience of being you and how things are. It's taken decades to get to where you are, and one of the biggest blocks is thinking that it's going to take another few years to undo all of the damage of the previous decades. But it doesn't have to be that way. Okay. We want to make it as fast and as easy as possible. And you need to remind yourself, okay, this is fast and easy. Because if I go into my head and just very quickly practice, okay, I already have everything that I want. Gosh, that is just a huge mental shift. I already have everything that I need. I already have everything that I need. Okay, and that's a Tony Robbins like quote. Okay, you already have everything that you need. And I've always misinterpreted it in terms of looking at my house and going, oh yeah, I've got the thing I need. I've got a house. Okay, I look at my bank account. Well, I've got the things I need. There's some money in there. Okay, there's enough to pay the mortgage and the bills and the whatever. Okay, um, but I've never looked at it and gone, I already have everything that I need. It's like, oh wow, everything I need, everything I could ever possibly want is already there. The perfect health, the the perfect house, the perfect car, the perfect holidays, the whatever it is that's perfect for me. I already have those. Okay. If I just they're stored away and they're stored away, and because I think I can't get them, I think it's going to be too difficult. So therefore I'm not trying. I'm looking around and going, oh well, this is all right. This is perfect. I have all that I need. I've got this house. I've got books. I've got some money. I've got kids. I've got a wife. I've got, it's all reasonable. Um, a lot of people would scoff. Would go, would love to have what I have. Okay? And that's honestly true. A lot of people would love to have what I have. I'm doing all right. Okay. Um, but do you know what? It could be better. And it's like I feel like there's more to go for. There's more to be. There's more to do. There's more experiences to have. There's greater happiness and there's greater joy. There's higher levels of skill that I can go to if all and kind of all I need to do at this stage really is to believe and get into my head and go, if I can be that in my mind, okay, I already have all that skill. I already have all that knowledge. It's already there. I already have everything that I need. I have access to all of it. And then have a sense of knowing and conviction in my knowing, faith essentially, that it's already there. And if it's already there, that's then going to change my intuitive guidance. That's going to change my actions and that's going to lead me to a different path. Okay. As I said, still might be the same actions. They might be very, very similar actions to what I have been doing throughout the past 5, 10 years. It might be very similar, but they're going to come from a different mindset. They're going to come from a different version of me. And that different version is going to just change things and lead them on to different places. So, yes, that is all for today. Thank you very much for listening and watching. This is highly important, highly important. So I strongly recommend that you go over this one a couple of times. If you want to check out Nero Knowledge, I think he's on TikTok. I'm not on TikTok on my phone anymore, but he's definitely on YouTube. He's probably on Instagram. I don't know. Um, Check him out. And who's the other person? I mean, I mentioned Tony Robbins is fine. Okay, but this video will contain a lot of all of those things anyway. So cool. That's it. Have a good day.